first is you're using a standardized tool screen, so from a practical perspective, if you have not been in the measurement based care space in the past, you're going to need to determine, what tools would be appropriate to use for your population. We talk about the tools being standard and standardized tools that are valid and reliable instruments that measure that it should be measuring and that the results are reliable. That you're thoughtful, kind of about that and making sure that you are using a tool that makes sense, that you're going to actually get meaningful and actionable information from to be able to perhaps focus on interventional strategies, treatment plans, et cetera. We are prescribing that the organization be collecting data at multiple intervals, right? So they're going to need to determine what are those intervals, and that's going to be driven by, again, the frequency of contact, perhaps, the population served, the reliability of the tool that you're using. So the organization is going to have to kind of think through and develop a program plan for that. We also have a standard that is asking, which I think is really meaningful, that both you and Kimberly have been talking about, which is we're prescribing that the results need to be shared with the person served, right? If we're not engaging the person in the results, then like we're doing this for the record perhaps, but it's not going to have nearly the impact as when you're engaging the individual and helping them perhaps to show trending over time, right? They may not be feeling better, but they might actually be getting better, or vice versa. And then, of course, the last element in that standard is around ensuring that staff have been trained in the process, right? So they're going to be trained on what those intervals are and have strategies about how to collect that at the appropriate intervals, that they have been trained in the interpretation of those results, right? And then what impact does that mean in terms of how they're going to perhaps learn how to tailor interventional strategies based on those results, right? So it's 4 elements, but there's a lot to it.